That's bad.
What are you so excited about? What are you so excited about? Little goofy turd. You want to tear the motor apart? Yeah, go get that motor. Yeah, go get it. Go get that motor. No, it's not out there. It's over there. Go get it. He's looking. Right here. This. Useless. Can't get any help around here. So yeah, we're going to tear into James Brown's LM7 5.3, try to figure out what went wrong with it. Like I said in the last video, I think it spun a bearing. There's a couple people who just missed the track day video and they had no idea what happened. If you're one of them, I'll give you a quick rundown of what happened. Took car track day bad, engine boom. Not really boom, but it started smoking a lot, and when I let it cool off, we winched it up onto the trailer. And when we got back here to unload it, I fired the car up and it was squealing real bad. So I'm pretty sure it spun a bearing. So in the last video, got it all pulled out and we went to the machine shop to pick up the new, well, not really new, because this is the old one out of Jack that had an oil starvation issue, but took that to the machine shop, had them hot tank it, go through everything, put new cam bearings in it. So that thing's all fresh, got it all wrapped up, just to keep junk out of it. I'm hoping it's not super long until I can start putting that together, because that's kind of dependent on this thing. My plan was to put the crank rods and pistons from this in that motor and use these heads on it. That way it's still, because this has 243s and flat top pistons, so it's in the neighborhood of 10-to-1 compression. Gen 4 rods. Yeah, I was going to take everything from this, put it in that block. That way we got a nice little like 450 horse aluminum motor that should like to rev to like 7,500 or so. I'm hoping we can get away with just putting some bearings in it and not have to have the crank turned or find another crank. That would really suck the life out of my soul. But yeah, we're going to start tearing into it, see what we can find. Then I got these two over here rolling around in the slicks. Hey, Ollie, where's Jasper at? He's in the tire? Now we can start tearing this thing apart. Got all the tools gathered, so hopefully it'll come apart pretty quickly. Actually, I say that I have all the tools gathered. I forgot one 8mm socket. That's not there. I'll use the 5/16. All right, let's start tearing into this thing. Off to a good start. All right, let's start tearing into this thing. Looks like it was starting to blow out on these two. This one was just starting, and that one was barely leaking. And that one was a little bit too. Can you guys see that? So this one was, I bet if I just tighten that bolt, because that one did feel kind of loose. This one almost looks the same way in between all of them. Again, you can see where the gasket transferred everywhere just fine. Yeah, it was smoking on all of them though. Yeah, you can see every single cylinder had oil in it. On this side too. Let's gather the troops here. We'll flip it over and pull the pan off. Here comes the water. Yeah, we're mostly getting it in the pans. Yeah, not a whole lot came out. Oh, and there's the oil, completely missing the pan. Alright, so we had some theories about what could have caused this. And none of them I'm really convinced on right now. Oh boy. That's not good. That's not good. This is all metal. All this should look like that. That's a lot of metal. That means it probably chewed up the crank. We could get lucky and this is all just bearings, but I'm pretty sure it chewed up the crank. I'd be willing to bet absolutely nothing. Ooh, that pickup is filled. What the fuck? What the fuck is that? What the hell is this? Can you guys see this? I don't want to touch it, honestly. I have no idea what this is. It's fucking disgusting, that's what it is. Whatever this is. Oh, I wonder. No, because I didn't do that on this. It's like a hairball of something. I mean, it's not hair, but it's something. I can't even explain what this is. No, this actually does feel almost like hair. How the fuck would hair have gotten in the engine? Well, that's a new one. I was gonna say maybe the filter came apart and it got like chewed up, you know, and that made it really fine threads, kind of like hair, but that doesn't make any sense. Wherever that would have come from, it must have just clogged the pickup and starved it of oil. That's nuts. I can't explain that at all. Well, from what I can see of the cam so far, the cam looks like it's still okay. That's great news. Ooh, that rolls hard. Well, it doesn't roll actually. I don't know when the camera turned off, but just got this main cap off and the bearing. There's the bearing. That bearing also spun. Maybe that one didn't spin. Maybe it just popped out. Because this one was still sitting in there. You can see that it's starting to get hot. Well, you guys can't see. Take my word for it, you can see that it's starting to get hot. But yeah, I'm hoping that at least all the rods and pistons are good. These are Gen 4 rods. I'd like to reuse them. Let's take a couple of the main caps off and look at those. Alright, I already got the bolts on the side out, so that one, it got a little bit of trash in it, but honestly not terrible. Ooh, here's something you guys can see. Wow. That bearing on this crank journal here for the rod, the bearing completely clogged up the passage. I'll show you guys that in a second. Let's get these other rod caps off. Here's the thrust. And I'll put this back on in a second and we'll try to measure the thrust. That bearing also looks fine. I wonder why this thing is spinning so hard. It's still spinning hard. Yeah, that one, same deal. So it only affected the rods, presumably. We didn't pull the front and back ones off, but presumably it only affected the rods, which is interesting. This thing, I don't know. It might have to get taken down like 20 if we were to have it turned. Which is just being a stock 5.3 crank, is it worth it, or just find another one? It'd probably cost more to have it turned than to just find another good crank. I know some people have commented before you can get them from like Rock Auto, or some people have said AutoZone or Napa. They've gotten them for like 120 bucks. I feel like it'd probably cost more than that to have it turned. From what I can see of the cylinder walls from here, they don't look bad. They look fine. After almost a year's worth of beating on this thing, doing burnouts, testing it, putting it on the two-step, running it up and down the street a bunch. Yeah, I'll show you guys what I was talking about with the crank. That metal completely clogged it. Yeah, it's starting to chew it. Alright, so I need to get the balancer off, timing cover, timing chain, pull the cam and everything out. But I don't have the tool here to do it, so that's probably where we'll end it for now. I feel like we found the cause and found the damage. I'm really happy that the rods and pistons are all good, because I think I'm going to use those in this motor It's a Gen 4 flat top bottom end. So, like I said in the last one, I'm going to use those heads too. So, should be around 10-to-1 those aren't words. Should be around 10-to-1 compression. And then with the supercharger, it'll be a pretty nasty little unit. So, let me know in the comments, have you guys ever gotten hair or whatever? If you guys know what that was or have any ideas, let me know, because I'm kind of stumped. I don't know what it is, where it could have come from, how it got in there. And it looks like hair. I don't get it. If you guys have any ideas, let me know in the comments below. I appreciate it. It's always nice to learn something. So that's going to do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, clicking that bell to get the notifications when the videos go up. I'll see you next time.